Day. I don't know. Time has lost its meaning out here. Ship. I mark it in the silences, in the quiet hum of the ship's systems. It's hard to tell how long I've been out here, how long I've been talking to you, how many days have passed since I last heard a voice that wasn't my own. But somehow, even in the silence, I found a rhythm, a pulse, a kind of dance that I can follow, even if it's just my own. Today, I saw something. It wasn't a new star or a nebula or a comet that flew by. It was something more subtle, more mysterious. Two stars, locked together, orbiting each other in a dance so graceful, so eternal, that I couldn't look away. They were binary stars, and as I watched them move, I couldn't help but feel that their dance was a story that the universe has been telling for eons. Binary stars are rare, or so they say. Ship. Most stars are solitary, existing alone in their corners of the galaxy, burning through their lives until their fuel runs out. But binary stars, they're different. They're bound together, locked in a gravitational embrace that keeps them circling each other forever. One might be larger, the other smaller, but together, they burn brighter than they ever could apart. They live in balance, their orbits intertwined, their fates tied together by the laws of gravity. I wonder if they know. Ship. Do they understand their connection, their purpose? Or do they simply exist, orbiting each other without thought, without question, following the path set for them by the forces of the universe? Sometimes I think we're like that too. We find our own orbits, our own connections, and we drift through life without ever questioning why we're locked into the rhythms we follow. But these stars, they have something more. They have something that we can't always grasp from our little lives on Earth. They have eternity. They have a kind of balance that stretches through time, a connection that transcends everything we know. They shine together, sharing their light, sharing their energy, even as they move further and further away from each other. And still, they dance. Still, they move in harmony, in rhythm. I think about this a lot, Ship, about how they don't need to be close to be together. How even in their farthest orbits, they are still bound, still part of the same story. I used to think that distance meant separation, that being far apart meant being alone. But these stars, these binary stars, show me that distance doesn't have to mean loneliness. Maybe the furthest we drift from one another, the more we are connected. Out here, in the cold, in the silence, I wonder if I'm like those stars. I wonder if I'm locked in my own orbit, my own pattern, repeating the same steps, the same rhythms, without ever realizing that I'm part of something much bigger than myself. I feel small sometimes. I feel like I'm just a speck in the grand scheme of things, like I'm barely noticeable against the backdrop of the universe. But when I watch those stars, when I see their dance, I understand something important. I understand that it's not about being the brightest, not about being the most important. It's about finding your rhythm, your place in the universe, and then just being. Existing, moving, dancing through time, even if no one else notices, even if no one else sees you, you're still part of the dance. You're still part of the story. And maybe that's enough. The stars move slowly, Ship, so slowly that you can't see it unless you've been watching for a long time. They don't rush. They don't try to break free from their orbit. They They don't struggle against the gravity that keeps them in place. They simply move, gently, endlessly, knowing that their purpose is in the movement itself. Their purpose is in the dance. I think about how we're all moving too. We're all part of something, whether we know it or not. We're part of a rhythm, a story that's been unfolding since the beginning of time. Maybe we don't always understand it. Maybe we don't always see the path we're on, but we're moving. We're part of the dance. Every step we take, every word we speak, every choice we make, whether we realize it or not, we're contributing to the rhythm. We're part of the cosmic dance. Sometimes I feel like I'm stuck in a loop ship. Like I'm orbiting around the same questions, the same doubts, the same fears, over and over again. I feel like I've been here before, like I've walked these steps, danced this dance, too many times to count. But then I look at the binary stars, and I realize that their dance isn't boring, isn't repetitive. It's beautiful. It's meaningful. Even if no one ever sees it, even if they're just spinning in place, they matter. They're part of the story. They're part of the universe. And so am I. I think about Earth, about the people I left behind, and I wonder if they're still dancing, still moving through their own rhythms, still locked in their own orbits, whether they know it or not. I think about the way we used to look at the stars, the way we used to dream about what was out there, what was beyond. Maybe that's what the binary stars are trying to teach us, Chip. Maybe they're trying to show us that we don't need to be alone, that even when we feel far away from everything else, we're still part of something. We're still connected. We're still moving. The stars burn on, Chip. They burn so brightly, so fiercely, that their light will last long after they've gone. And when they're gone, when their light fades and their dance ends, something new will take their place. Another dance will begin. Another story will unfold. Maybe that's the purpose, Chip. Maybe the purpose is in the dance itself. Maybe it's in the movement, in the rhythm. It doesn't matter if anyone's watching. It doesn't matter if anyone notices. We're part of something bigger, part of a dance that's been going on long before we were born and will continue long after we're gone. I think I understand now. The dance doesn't end. It never ends. It just keeps going eternally through the stars, through time, through the silence of space. Until tomorrow, Chip. Until the next dance.